Welcome back to In The Slant. This episode is being recorded on January 17th, right after the Wildcard Weekend. Today, we're going to be going over Wildcard Weekend reaction. We're going to be doing our divisional predictions. We, of course, have some playoff trivia as well. And our question of the week. Let's go. Boys, let's start off with Wildcard Weekend. The game started on Saturday, the first game of the weekend, which, by the way, this was a great weekend of football. Had a lot of fun watching every single game. The 49ers were able to beat the Seahawks 41-23. This game was pretty close in the first half. The Seahawks actually led at half after getting a field goal at the very last second. But then the 49ers just did the 49ers thing. I was kind of worried there for a second about the 49ers. Like I said, the first half they looked kind of bad. But not really bad, but just didn't look like the actual 49ers we've been seeing these past, 8 weeks.
I know when I was first watching the game, I was like, damn, are the Seahawks really about to blow up my favorites in the NFC to go all the way? And then literally second half comes around and they just put their foot to the pedal and yeah, that was the end of that game.
Feels like, no, go ahead.
I knew just give the 49ers some time. It's playoff football. They're all pretty kind of anxious, First game of the week, and then, they went at halftime. They adjusted and came back out.
What was it? The Seahawks only scored, I think, was it just 2 field goals, or did they score
No, they had a
touchdown
too. I think it was 17?
It was 18 or 17.
They was up by 1 before going into half, I think.
Yeah, it was 16-17 at half. And then Geno Smith in this game threw for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. DK Metcalf was going off, had 10 receptions
2
for
touchdowns, right?
Yeah, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. So like I said, the Seahawks were really giving them a game, and I thought Brock Purdy was maybe a little nervous. He kind of missed on some throws. But Deebo Samuel had some nice runs. He had 6 receptions for 133 yards, 1 touchdown. It seemed like everything changed, though, when they grabbed Deebo Samuel's ankle. The 49ers even said that pissed them off, and that's just kind of when the foot got on the pedal, and the Seahawks were eliminated. Overall, though, I think the Seahawks have to be pretty happy with how the season went, honestly, just kind of looking back at it.
Especially looking at how Russ did with the Broncos and all that. And, in my opinion, if you, pit roster to roster, I would say that the Broncos would have a better roster around them. And then the Broncos did worse. So, I mean, I feel like it's a good thing for the Seahawks that Geno Smith obviously looked like a better quarterback than Russ this year.
Now Seattle's looking at extensions for Geno Smith.
You probably get him on a pretty decent deal, too. Because
I don't think anyone before the season would have started said the Seahawks are making the playoffs and Geno Smith is going to get a big payday. No one.
I remember after week 1, we were like, we're impressed. But
yeah, I think we did give him his credit, but I don't think we were all
none of us were like, this isn't. I mean, this is cool and all. I think the emotions week 1 is what got him through it. But hey, he's played great this season. I mean, both of us were saying Drew Lock to start this season. I thought, I
thought for sure it was gonna be Drew Lock.
I thought, Pete Carroll was saying he was the best quarterback, and if he would be the best quarterback in that draft class that we had, and they went with Geno Smith, and now he's gonna get paid, as he said, the very first game of the year. Or whatever he said. I can't remember when he said it, but they wrote me off, but I didn't write back, and now he's about to write a big old contract, whether it's for the Seahawks or wherever it may be. And then, of course, the 49ers are going to be moving on to play the Dallas Cowboys. We'll talk about that in the next segment.
I say we also, though, got to give a lot of respect to Brock coming in his first playoff game, and they dropped 41 points.
Yeah, Brock Purdy.
That's impressive.
Quarterbacks getting picked as the last pick in the draft should not be able to do what he is doing right now.
Yeah,
so
I will say the Seahawks defense has been weak all year.
I mean, regardless,
but he's been doing it the past.
I'm not saying that Brock's a bad quarterback. But
and the 49ers are also on a 10-game win streak, I think, now.
Yeah, I mean, they have been absolutely phenomenal.
But you can't discredit what Jared said. Jared said literally 1 week that he thinks most quarterbacks should go to the 49ers and have success.
Yeah, that's what I say. With the offense like that, you got to succeed.
And defense, I mean, obviously the best.
Yeah.
In the league,
Kyle Shanahan does
great
wonders.
Coach,
he's a great coach. Moving on to the next Saturday night game, or next game on Saturday, which was Saturday night, the Jaguars versus the Chargers. This game at one point, boys, was 27-0, as we all know, and wow,
I didn't watch any of the comeback, unfortunately, on this one, so I only watched the first half, then I had to go to work. So I watched the 27-0, and then I heard that they won later that night.
We all picked the Chargers to win. Jared pointed out that
I need a clip. I need this clip because I said this mostly every time we choose against the Jags, that every team that we choose against, they end up winning, and they won. They came back. That shit is crazy.
The Jaguars, we've been picking against them, and then they make us pay for it. Just an absolute, oh my god, just a meltdown by Herbert and the Chargers. They needed to run the ball more in the second half. It was 27-7 at half. Trevor Lawrence finally got a touchdown. It can't be a +5 turnover differential and you lose the game. That cannot happen. Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions in the first half. But the Chargers always find a way, man. They always find a way to do a Charger type thing.
I need Stanley fired ASAP.
He's not. They fired their offensive coordinator instead. So Joe Lombardi has been fired. But that would, to me, tells me that Brandon Staley is safe. I don't think they're going to be firing Brandon Staley.
Well, who was ever calling them offensive players, like Brady said, they did not run the ball at all.
Yeah.
At all. Like, enough like they needed to.
But they've always sucked at time management, bro. They suck at running down the clock and, like, knowing how to fucking use time properly. Like, I mean, that comes down to the play calling, too, like Brady said. But, like, I mean, that's like another thing that he had issues with last year, and that seems to be the issue this year. Because there's no way you're up 27-0. You can literally burn the clock so much and get a win. I don't know how you're even blowing them.
And it's not like they have a bad running back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You use him.
Austin Eckler only had 13 carries this whole game for 35
terrible.
yards. Obviously, he's always getting involved in the receiving game, but he only had 2 receptions for 8 yards in this one. So, yeah, overall, like I said, Drew Tranquil an interception. There was just so many 3 interceptions for Asante Samuel.
Yeah.
Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
I was about to say, for the first half, it looked like he's playing for the other team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all wrote them off when they was down 27-0. I know
sure.
I did.
And he spread the ball around to Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, Evan Ingram. 3 of those guys who had productive playoff games, they all paid this offseason, and they're adding Calvin Ridley to this team next season, which is just so fun to think about. I think Doug Peterson was such an excellent hire. I'm very, very happy for the Jaguars. The Chargers, I'm very disappointed in because I do like Justin Herbert a lot. And I don't know, man. It just, you can't melt down like that. A lot of people point out that having Mike Williams in this game would have helped, obviously. And Brandon Staley played them a little too long.
I don't care. I don't want to hear if Mike Williams is out there, it would have helped. You're up 27-0. Like, there's no way you blow that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You can't complain about Mike Williams when you guys are up 27-0. Like, what do you mean, Mike Williams?
But Trevor Lawrence and Jaguars head to Kansas City next week, so that should be an interesting game.
I wonder who's gonna win that one.
Hey, we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Hunters all pick the cheese. You know what will happen.
We'll talk about it in the next segment.
I think Jags just because of that.
Nah, I don't know. We're in a streak, man.
Bills versus Dolphins. So far, every game we talked about, the home team has won. You got the Bills versus the Dolphins in a game that was a lot closer than I expected. I think a lot of these games were super close besides the one on Monday night. Because, I mean, Skylar Thompson strutting into Buffalo. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, it's going to be a disaster. And no, the Dolphins gave them a run for their money. Not overall great numbers from Skylar Thompson. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He had a really bad interception to Kier Elam at one point. I definitely botched his first name, but the Dolphins gave a fight, man. I will see that. Jalen Waddle was dropping some passes that was just really bad. I mean, obviously, you got to help your backup quarterback on the road.
That's what hurt them a lot was them drop passes.
Yeah, dropping those passes. But they had a chance to win this one, man. It was a very close game. Came down to the wire, 31-34. The Dolphins at one point were up like 24-17, if I'm not mistaken, after the Bills or after Josh Allen fumbled. Josh Allen has been turning over the ball a lot, low key. It's not really talked about because of how good he is, throwing it and getting touchdowns. But he has been kind of slinging it a little bit and throwing some interceptions. Like I said, it fumbled. Could have costed them, especially if you have a guy like Tua actually playing where the offense maybe could have been moving a little bit
It's
more.
honestly crazy to say, but if Tua was in this game, the Dolphins are 100% winning with how the Bills played, or how Josh Allen's been playing.
It definitely gives them a better chance to win.
I can't say that because Tua was playing kind of as, too.
I don't know if they'd win, but it definitely gives them a better chance. But they did only lose by 3, so.
Yeah, Diggs and Gabriel Davis both got involved. 114 yards for Diggs, 113 yards and a touchdown for Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis loves to turn up in the playoffs. We all know what he did last year against the Chiefs. Jeff Wilson, only 10 carries. They didn't have Raheem Mostert for this game. Tyreek Hill, only 69 yards. Jalen Waddle, only 44 yards. So it's kind of surprising. You look at those two stat lines, you're probably like, oh, the Dolphins lost by 1 million. But no, like I said, they only lost by 3. The Bills get to move on against the Bengals. But I got to give a shout out to the Dolphins, man, for even getting, putting up a fight like that. Did not expect that. Mike McDaniel, definitely a great coach, definitely a great hire, and I expect big things out of them next year. As long as Tua can stay healthy, because we know concussions are nothing to play with.
Well, so. I think I saw that they already cleared him to play for next year.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume they're going to roll him out as a starter next year and hope that things go well.
I just hope that no more concussions happen to him.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, concussions are nothing to play with, absolutely.
3 in a year, too, is fucking insane.
But yeah, the Bills, 34-31, beat the Dolphins. And we move on to probably one of the more fun games of the weekend, which was the next Sunday game. The Dolphins and Bills played at noon, and we had the Giants and the Vikings. We had all the boys over for this game as we watched it. Yeah, me and Dustin, we chose the Giants to win this game, and that was for a reason. The Vikings defense stinks. They suck, and it was on display. The Giants don't even have anybody you're really that concerned about at wideout, and they were able to just get whatever they wanted on the field with Saquon. Isaiah Hodgins had a great game. Just Daniel Jones, best game of his career.
Yeah.
301 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also had 17 carries for 78 yards on the ground. The Vikings defense was absolutely getting torched, and Barkley only had 53 yards in this game.
How many carries did he have?
Only 9.
Dude,
So
Daniel Jones was running all over the Vikings all game. Dude.
17 carries, like I said.
That's insane.
That dude was. I know that you said that, but that's like the main thing I gotta take away is like literally. I feel like if they could have like made it where Daniel Jones didn't get as many yards as he did, I think they would have actually won. But dude, Daniel Jones was like randomly just running like 10, 15 yards, like all the time, like getting them first downs. I'm like, dude. The Vikings defense was just not playing like they were playing soft in my opinion, like all game, dude. Like just letting him do whatever they wanted, giving him all this space. Like I don't know, everyone that was watching the game, we were all saying that the defense was playing soft.
Isaiah Hodgins, like I said, 8 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown. Slayton 4 receptions for 88 yards. Saquon did have 5 receptions for 56 yards. So although he didn't get a ton of carries, he did get quite a bit of receptions as well. But yeah, man, shout out to the Giants, man. Just an absolute upset on the road. I had a feeling the Vikings were a little fraudulent. I don't know, man. There was just something about their defense and Kirk Cousins and the bright spots. And
it wasn't the offense in this game, though.
It was not. It was not the offense.
It was definitely the defense. And, like, our Vikings friend said that the defense was getting better. But I don't know. Last weekend didn't prove it to me. Like, the week going into playoffs didn't prove it to me. And then they go into playoff or against the Packers didn't prove it to me. Then they go into this playoff, and then Daniel Jones just does whatever that he wants. I'm like, dude, their defense did not improve. Like, they're not stepping up. Like, this defense is still playing the same way they have all year.
For the Vikings to have such a great season like they just had, you know, it sucks to lose in the first round like they did. And, I mean, their offseason goal, I feel like, is just to vamp up that defense. That's number one priority.
Honestly, I give the Vikings one more year until they really start looking for a new quarterback. Not that Kirk did anything bad. Like, a lot of people are going to blame Kirk for this game, but I don't even blame him. Yes, that last pass short of the sticks was absolutely terrible. Made no sense. You threw it short of the sticks with your season on the line, where TJ Hawkinson was well covered.
Yeah, I was about to say, who's hoping he just carried the defender into the end zone or something.
It was a bad throw, but that was like the one thing Kirk did wrong in this game, I will say. But yeah, Kirk is extended for like one more season, I think, and the defense is only getting older. They got a lot of aging pieces. Adam Thielen's not getting any younger. They definitely have some guys to be excited about. Don't get me wrong. Justin Jefferson, obviously. And then
Osborne.
KJ Osborne, that you just said. Jefferson only had 47 yards in this game for 7 receptions. Cook, 15 carries for 60 yards. Kirk had a rushing touchdown in this game. Unfortunately, like I said, man, the Vikings come up short. Just not the way you want your season to end when you had chances of being the number 1 seed. But I just all along did not believe in Minnesota because of that defense. So go in the offseason. Go get some corners. Do something. I know the defensive coordinator at this point has not been fired, which a lot of Vikings fans want. We'll see if that happens.
Dude, if I'm a Vikings fan, I literally want every single draft pick thrown into defense, like literally every single one.
That's how I would do it too. If I'm also,
I say they acquire somebody big in free agency on defense as well.
That's what I would say because Vikings have drafted a ton of corners. They really have. They've drafted corners in the first round. Like a lot, and none of them have really panned out. So
I was about to say, at that point, if it doesn't pan out, you just got to go get somebody who's experienced.
I was about to say, do you just trade for a corner potentially?
Yeah, I feel like.
I mean, there's no question you have to.
Especially if they still have the front office, like it's still gonna be the same front office as last year. Then you definitely just have to just get a cornerback that's is like already like made to go and like will take you and know how to cover because obviously you guys can't draft corners, so you just draft somebody else like I don't know D-line or something because. I don't know. They need something to help them on their defense, and corners and safeties are 2 of the biggest things right now.
They should have got Stephon Gilmore when they had the chance.
Yeah, that could have been actually a really good addition.
Because didn't he go to the Colts?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean, the Colts might still be, they might still trade Stephon Gilmore potentially. I don't know what his contract exactly looks like. But
wasn't it like a 2-year or something?
Yeah, it wasn't that long. I just don't know what the cap hit is this year, obviously. But Jalen Ramsey, maybe. I don't know if he would be available, but that would probably cost a lot more.
I've seen something about him maybe being his last year or being done with the Rams.
Yeah, we'll see. The Rams are a question mark. I mean, Sean McVay's coming back now. Aaron Donald's been changing his bio.
I was about to say, did you guys see that Aaron Donald? He put a former or something like that.
Then he changed it back.
Everybody was blown up. Oh my gosh, did he retire?
He did not make me seem confident, or like Sean McVay did not make me feel confident because he said, "Oh, it was a really tough decision to see if I wanted to come back, but I didn't want to step away from adversity." You traded all these first-round picks away, and you were just thinking about leaving the team because you're like, "Oh, fuck, it's going downhill."
He got what he wanted though. He got him a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Does he just want to go?
I look at it like that.
But does he just want to go down as a coach that wins 1 Super Bowl? Like,
I mean, hey, some coaches don't even have that.
Some coaches,
So that's a
some
huge,
coaches don't.
That's a huge
But
accomplishment.
then you have coaches like Bill Belichick that got multiple. So
Okay, but he had a team built perfect for him.
Sean McVay's been in the Super Bowl twice. Got it the second time, as we know. The first time with Jared Goff, and then came up short against the Patriots. But not to go away from the Rams talk, but I just want to keep saying Brian Dable for Coach of the Year, please. The man deserves it. Not even, I know the playoffs, don't really count because of regular season award, but still, no one expected anything from the Giants, and they're moving on to the divisional round to go against the Eagles. So
yeah, I definitely give them my props. I know I was kind of not hating, but I wasn't giving them credit as they deserve, so they definitely earned it now.
But I was like, what did they beat you guys in the season?
I mean, yeah, but regardless they beat us or not, I'm just saying they've earned my respect.
Oh, 100%. I'm supposed to hate the Giants. They earned my respect. So shout out to the Giants, man.
Shout out to Daniel Jones, because if I was the head coach, I would have given up on him like 2 years ago. I'm not gonna.
Brian Dable is a QB whisperer, man. Yeah. I don't know. He got Josh Allen playing the way, and now he's got.
But
Daniel Jones.
Dable, if you were a head coach and you had Daniel Jones playing like 3-4 years straight of how he was, like, dude, I would have been like, bro.
But sometimes I feel like it literally just takes time. You
Coaching,
know what I mean?
I feel like
goes a long way.
I feel like it was just. I feel like also it was just like Eli Manning and them like stood up for him so much that people were like, dude, there has to be something about this kid if like the Manning brothers think he's something.
But moving on to the next game, 17-24, the Bengals beat the Baltimore Ravens in a game where, once again, we had a backup quarterback playing, and the Ravens had a chance to win this game.
Bro, this one hurt. This one hurt. This was like a different type of hurt, bro. It's just shit we deal with on the daily, but in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could just let you take the floor, Jared. I know you got a lot to say about this one.
I do got quite a bit to say. So, at first, us Ravens fan, I can speak for myself and others because I've seen it, tweets and whatnot. We weren't going into this game expecting much. We're playing with the backup. We didn't know if Tyler Huntley was even going to play. Tyler Huntley ended up playing, so we go into the game with Huntley, right? And then I have some shit written down. Let me see.
You're good.
This is just another game to where, like I said, we had no expectations and we came up short. They give us hope because you guys were watching the whole game with me. Shit, we were toe to toe with Bengals.
Yeah,
we was 0-9 though, or it was 0-9 the first quarter.
Yeah, it was. It started out 9-0 or 3-0 to the Bengals, and then they probably scored that 9-0, and then you guys scored 10 straight. So.
Yeah, because it went to have 10-9, and I know at that first though we seen that 0-9, we all just threw this game's gonna be a blowout, whatnot. Okay, we go into the half 10-9, we come back out. Let me get a shout out to Huntley because he was playing great.
He was.
This is probably his best game of his career in the playoffs where it counted the most. But to where it goes down to where we fumbled at the 2-yard line, man. What do you guys think? Quarterback sneak? Are you serious? We have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and you're leaping for it at the 3-yard line.
Yeah,
his vertical is 80 inches. He isn't just gonna jump over everyone.
As I said, we were all watching these games together. Jared was at the house. We had everyone here. And, when that play went down, at first I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Because all we saw was Sam Hubbard running the other way with the ball.
98 yards.
98 yards. And
at first we all thought he crossed the line, so we thought he was good.
Yeah, from one angle it looked like he jumped over. And the crazy thing is, this play is going to be burned in my head. Because not only did this happen against Cincinnati, 2 years ago when we played the Bills, Lamar threw interception in the end zone, and they took that back 100 and something yards, and that just completely flipped the game because our momentum was going our way 100%.
Oh yeah, the 100% had this game in the bag.
If we scored right there, I believe 100% we win that game.
I mean, the Ravens were impressing me. I didn't expect much either, and just like you said, and they were in it, man. It was 17-17 until that fumble debacle, which I was like, okay, I didn't really think about it, but they were at the 2 or 3 yard line. I was like, oh, he reached over the line. He got it, right? There's no way. It definitely crossed the plane. I'm like, wait, they're just way too far back. Why are we reaching over the pile?
And real quick, if this does not get Greg Roman his job lost, because what kind of damn call is that? You got players like J.K. Dobbins speaking out after the game saying he knows damn well he should have been handed the ball on that goal line. He got 13 touches. A dude that was supposed to get the workload got 13 touches the whole game. To me, that is just terrible. I mean, I don't even know what to say. As long if this means Greg Roman is gone and we lose this game, I'm fine with that. If that means he's out of the office.
What if Greg Roman's back?
If he's back, man, then this franchise is going out of shape. We definitely won't. I don't see Lamar coming back if we keep him.
Dobbins was averaging 4.8 yards a carry on 13 carries, so he had a reception touchdown. Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Ravens, I'm just handing the ball off. I say that a lot. Even with my Commanders, they do stupid shit like this. Just hand the damn ball off.
And not only that, Huntley was making hella plays. I remember the ball was over snapped I think he hit Josh Oliver. Then he took that for first down. He hit Mark Andrews on that big third down.
Yeah, we all said, throw it away, throw it away.
Yeah,
and
he made a play, and then he ran that. He could have damn near scored on that big run he had, but he didn't, which resulted in that fumble. But it's just like everything was going perfect, I feel like. At least for our circumstances and what we had on that field.
Oh, definitely. You guys definitely put up a game that everyone thought was probably going to be a blowout.
Yeah, you seen the predictions. Everybody chose the Bengals. I think 83%.
I mean, we all chose the Bengals besides you, obviously, just being a homer, which makes sense. I'm not saying that, like, you shouldn't have chose them, but yeah, this was that fumble is that sucks, man. Like I was just watching Jared was getting all hyped.
Oh yeah, I was hyped because DeMarcus Robinson, a 41-yard touchdown. He burnt Eli Apple too. You guys see that, man?
Yeah,
that shit was
awesome.
Great.
I was like, damn, the Ravens are really doing this right now. They're at the 2-yard line, things are going great, and yeah, then it happened.
But just the crazy thing is, it's always just one thing. It's that one play that fucked the whole game up. Just one bad decision in coaching. Like, who calls a quarterback sneak on a 3? Like I said, you got 2 good ass running backs. Just hand the ball off.
Yeah,
it's simple coaching.
And like on that first angle, it looked like they did get the touchdown. When we
yeah,
were
it
watching
did.
The game.
And then,
but then when they did to that side angle, you could just tell.
You can see it was short as hell. He wasn't even close.
Dude, literally,
you do that shit on the 1-yard line or inches. You don't do it 3 yards out. That shit is just crazy to me. Like I said, if this game losing means Greg Roman is gone, I'm cool with that. Because I feel like he truly messes up this fucking team, and I feel like he's the reason that some of these players are acting the way they act and they speak out. Because we had Hollywood Brown speaking out, we had now J.K.
I was just about
Dobbins.
to say that.
It's just a bunch of players that speak out to where the coach got to look at it and be like, maybe this guy's the problem. You know what I mean?
I agree. Joe Burrow didn't even light the world on fire. I mean, only 209 yards on 32 attempts, 23 completions. Mixon only 11 carries for 39 yards. Jamar Chase had a pretty decent game, 9 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. Hayden Hurst had a fumble, so that was another forced turnover the Ravens were able to get. So.
Oh, yeah, that was great because that dude – listen, I want to say this too. Hayden Hurst comes in – every time we play against Hayden Hurst, it's like he has a grudge against us, like we did him dirty or something. We did what he asked for, and he'll get like a 3-yard gain. He'll jump up, flexing and all that, so it felt great to get that fumble on him.
Yeah. Cowboys versus Buccaneers, unless you had anything else to add to that one.
I just hope we extend Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar, that's going to be a
That's
big
our main
story.
focus right now.
That's the main focus this offseason. I mean, he's the best free agent available, in my opinion.
But just know we're coming back better than ever next season.
Exactly. Cowboys versus Buccaneers Monday night to end it off. I thought this game would be somewhat close because the Buccaneers have looked shaky all year, but the last couple weeks they looked all right. Things were starting to get going. Cowboys, obviously week 18, they looked terrible and not a lot of momentum going to the playoffs. But Jared said it. I mean, hey, they got the jitters out, I guess, in week 18.
Yeah, I did mention that. It was the best game for the Cowboys to play like shit when that was the last week of football. Dak didn't play the greatest, and I said that's the perfect time to play like that, right before the playoffs.
And one thing I got to shout out real quick is even though what's his name, Maher missed like 4 kicks.
Maher.
Yeah, Maher.
Yeah, I'm glad that Dak Prescott stood up for him. He said I don't care that he missed 4 kicks. He's like, I just played like shit last week or something. Like either.
See, that's great leadership right there.
Because he's a good kicker usually.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think he only missed. He was like 53 this year.
5 kicks this year in the last 2 weeks.
But yeah, 31-14, Dallas Cowboys come in and steamroll the Buccaneers. Yeah, it's 31-14, but that doesn't even tell the whole story. This was all Cowboys, all Cowboys. That's all I gotta say. And me being a known Cowboys hater, I gotta give credit where it's due. It is very much due. The Cowboys played phenomenal. Dak played amazing. And honestly, with the amount of talent on this roster, I had never doubted that this team could play like this. It's just they always find a way to kick themselves in the foot or whatever. And they just play weirdly sometimes, like we saw in Week 18, where they're just not playing how they should be playing. Or we saw last year in the playoffs against 49ers. They didn't get it going until like late in the game. But they came in and they played. And the first couple of drives were like, uh-oh, it's the Cowboys in playoff mode. They're not playing great. Bucks defense. But then Dak really settled in, and just this Bucks defense couldn't do anything.
That might have been the best Dak game I've seen all year, honestly.
Exactly.
And like, I'm going to be honest, I was out at a restaurant last night watching this with a couple of my buddies, and at first, dude, I was getting mad at it because, dude, you know how Cowboys fans are, dude. They would get like a 3-yard run, dude. Those Cowboy fans are going wild in the bar area. I'm like, dude, it's a 3-yard run. So I was kind of getting mad, hoping the Bucks would win. And then it just got to the point where, like, before halftime, it was like 18-0. I'm like, okay, dude, this game's over. And, like, me and my buddies are leaving after half. I was like, dude, this is over.
The first game Tom Brady's been shut out in his playoff career since his rookie season.
I was going to say, all respect to Tampa, but just the way they played throughout the season and how their record was, I mean, honestly, if they were in a tougher division, I don't think they would even made the playoffs. So them coming and playing a team like the Cowboys, I didn't really have any hope in them beating them at all.
Especially with their record and like how weak that division is, that should be like easy 8 wins or 6 wins, against just their division. division alone. So the fact that they even get what did they in the record or season 8 and 9 or 8 or 9 or something like
8
that?
and 9 basically. It was a terrible division. So Dak 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interception. Did not turn the ball over, which is what you want out of Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Dak Prescott really impressed me this game. That's all I gotta say.
This is probably the best game of his career, in my opinion.
He impressed me a lot this game.
He played phenomenal.
I've always been not like a Dak hater, but I've always been like I don't like think he's like a crazy star quarterback, but he proved me wrong. He shut me up yesterday. If he can keep on playing like that going into playoffs, then Cowboys are definitely a scary team.
And I know we just talked about it, but Blake, the kicker, Blake, how do you say his last name?
Brett Maher.
It's just crazy because I was watching each touchdown that score and to see him go and line up. Obviously, after missing 2, I can only imagine how fucking nervous he was. In his head, he's probably like, "Let's not miss this one. Let's not miss this one."
Oh yeah.
And shanked it the other way, and then shanked the other one. So it's just crazy to see back-to-back 4 of them, man.
And if you're keeping tabs on Pollard and Zeke, because that is a huge story that will be this offseason, Tony Pollard averaged 5 yards a carry on 15 carries for 77 yards. And on the other hand, Zeke almost had the same amount of volume, but only 13 carries for 27 yards, averaging 2 yards. And Zeke, I think, has 1 year left in his contract, and Tony Pollard's a free agent this offseason. So
Keep him.
Cowboys, I would pay Pollard
Yep.
rather than keep Zeke, in my opinion. That's just my thing. Dalton Schultz, 7 receptions, 95 yards.
He
2
went
touchdowns.
He had a great game.
Great game. CeeDee Lamb, he was kind of quiet there for a while, but he got going. 4 receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Cowboys defense was phenomenal, and if the Cowboys can play like this, they have a chance against San Fran, in my opinion. They really do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bucs, nothing to really say. Other than the whole Tom Brady situation, because I, for one, do not think, wow, he threw 66 times yesterday.
Yeah, I remember them announcing this is his 50-something throw or some shit like that. I was like, gosh, damn.
I don't expect him to be back with Tampa, whether he's retiring or he's going to a different team. I don't think he plays for the Bucs next year. Obviously, we'll see what happens this offseason. Byron Leftwich hasn't officially been fired, but they're kind of saying he might be fired.
And you can tell that Tom Brady's been unhappy with his Bucs team like all year, basically.
Well,
so.
just from what he sounds like, I don't think he's retiring at all. So I'm gonna just scratch that off the list. It's just where he's gonna go.
I think he's going to a different team for sure.
No, yeah, it's just
we'll
where.
see where he goes. Obviously, my favorite is the Raiders. As much as Dustin may not be a big fan of that, that's just where I think he might
I'm
go.
just not happy after like. I don't know. I want a mobile quarterback.
I was about to say, I don't know how
these old ass.
I don't know how you'd feel about having a guy that's 44.
I don't want to
despise his pass at quarterback
like,
for you guys.
Like I even thought about it, I was like, oh, maybe we draft like a young quarterback and like have him sit under Tom Brady. But like at that point, like, what is Tom Brady gonna teach us? C.J. Stroud or somebody that can run? Like, what is Tom Brady teaching you in the pocket?
Hey,
fundamentals.
Tom Brady
I don't know.
can teach you anything.
A bunch.
I even though he's not mobile, I think that'd be valuable to learn.
No,
from a
yeah,
guy
for
like
sure.
that.
Whether it's 1 year or not.
I just want to draft young. And
Okay, so you guys signed Tom Brady, and then Derek Carr traded the Bucs. I think it makes a lot of sense. I actually do kind of like that for the Buccaneers because their roster is built to win now. They shouldn't be. I don't know who will be their quarterback next year.
So we're just gonna trade them, and we're just gonna sign Tom Brady. They're not franchise tagging Tom Brady.
No, exactly. You're gonna sign Tom Brady in free
And then
agency.
we're just gonna trade
You're gonna
Derek
trade
Carr.
Derek Carr, or you'll
Okay.
probably trade Derek Carr beforehand to the Bucs, and then Tom Brady has a clear path to the Raiders. Either way.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. That's just a prediction.
Well, you
I
have to
don't
wait
know
for
that.
Tom Brady to leave because if Tom Brady wants to stay for some
Unless
reason,
if he
then-
decides-
Can free
to
agency
retire.
start already?
No.
No.
It
I said
only
no. I
starts
said can it start already?
No, March is when
No, I'm
it is.
asking can it because I'm already ready for it. You know, our seasons are over. I'm ready for it to start. It's just
Oh, I
so
thought
much. No. It's just
I
so
see
much.
what you're saying. My
Yeah.
bad. But that was Wildcard Weekend. So let's get to predicting the divisional round. The divisional round is officially set. Let's go ahead and make our predictions, boys. As far as Wildcard Weekend is concerned, Dustin and I definitely got the Chargers, or we all got the Chargers game wrong. Jared got the Cowboys game right, and then he got the Bengals game wrong. I think other than that, we all were good.
Well, you know, you got the Giants over me too.
Oh, that one
Oh,
too.
yeah, the Giants,
So we
yeah.
did. It was okay weekend predicting, but of course, divisional round things are only going to get better. The teams only get better. Starts off Saturday. You got the Jaguars headed to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs. As we know, the Jaguars came back from 27-0. Boys, I mean, who you got? Jaguars, Chiefs.
Give
Who wants to
me-
go? You want to go?
I'll go first.
Do the Jaguars have a chance? Let's
I
add that.
think
We-
they,
I mean,
okay,
they
I
made
think
it-
They,
they
I think
made
they
it-
have a chance because of the defense. Okay, that's what I would say. The defense alone by the Chiefs is why I think they have a chance. But also the Jags defense ain't too strong either. So then, like, I don't know. Just give me the Chiefs.
My reason, they made it to the divisional round. Any team that made it to the divisional round has a chance to beat whoever they're playing. Not only that, I think they have a pretty good offense. I like their offense.
No, I think they have a. I think it's a decent. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout if it's
No.
by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I do have Chiefs winning this game.
Okay. Now, I've been rocking with the Chiefs all season. You know, Chiefs are probably my favorite to win the AFC. So I do have the Chiefs, but like Dustin said, I don't think it will be a blowout. I think the Jaguars can definitely score the ball. It's just they can keep up with the Chiefs' offense.
I am heavily rooting for the Jaguars to win this one. I want to see the Jaguars back in the AFC Championship. I want to see Trevor Lawrence have some success. A lot of people were writing him off, calling him a bust year number 1. Look at him now. Look where he's at. Doug Peterson is a great head coach. I have confidence that the Jaguars are going to put up a fight, and I'm rooting for them. I really am. I will be a happy man if the Jaguars lose. With that all being said, though...
You'll be happy if the Jags lose?
Oh, Jags win. Sorry. With that all being said, though, I can't be the man that predicts it. I'm going to choose the Chiefs. I'm going to be the safe. I'm going to go safe route, but I'm heavily rooting for Jacksonville to win this game.
Now,
I'd be happy if Jags win because fuck the Chiefs.
Can I say this now? Every time we go against the Jags.
Yeah, let's all go against the Jags. Let's all go against them. We all chose Chiefs. If the Jaguars make us eat our words, I'm okay with that.
I'm also okay with that.
Brady needs to clip it because last week I said the same thing. We all chose the opposite team. The Jags win, and this happens again, dude. If we just keep choosing against the Jags, they might just win the Super Bowl.
Let's keep doing it. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
I wouldn't be mad if Trevor Lawrence
will be
wins
the
Super
reason
Bowl.
why the Jags win the Super Bowl, boys.
Let's go, boys. We root against them, and they make us eat it every time. But
real quick, back to what you said. I don't understand how people can count a rookie quarterback a bust. I hate when people do that.
yeah, it's
To me, that doesn't make any sense.
he was in the worst situation last year with Urban Meyer under. He was the worst head coach ever, probably.
Dude, that's how people have been. Dude, they give up on quarterbacks so fast. Like, I mean, Daniel Jones was a different story, but Trevor Lawrence, you guys give up on him after like year 1.
I was about to say,
and then he comes into Urban Meyer. Or wait, no. Yeah, wait, he comes into Urban, and then he gets to Urban Meyer. He's still not good. Like, ever since Trevor Lawrence has been drafted, he's been on a shitty team, and they finally put a good team around him, and he does good. Like, I don't know. Trevor Lawrence had everything to be a star quarterback in the league, like height and all that.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker finally gets to like prove like why he's good.
And if I ever catch myself saying that, I apologize. But also, there's a difference between college and NFL. So these guys coming in, I don't expect them to freaking take it to the Super Bowl.
Like I told you guys way back in the day on one of the episodes, I was like, I've been watching him since I remember watching him in the Elite 11 in high school, like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields technically, but Trevor Lawrence won the whole thing, and ever since then I've had respect for that dude.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, so we're all picking the Chiefs, but I wouldn't be mad if the Jaguars won.
Go Jags. Go Jags.
It'd definitely be a surprise.
Giants versus Eagles. This one's another fun one because Giants are playing great football. They are going to be headed to Philly, of course, though, and the Eagles are rested. Jared has been a team that has been rested before, and he doesn't like having a bye. He doesn't like it. I guess the Chiefs have a bye, too, that we didn't really even add to that point. They're playing this weekend after being on a bye.
But I feel like Mahomes is used to this.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Mahomes necessarily. The Eagles, on the other hand, not saying I'm technically worried. It's a division matchup, which, by the way, out of the 3 teams left in the NFC, all from the NFC East, which everyone was saying the NFC least last year, but now look at them. Look at them now.
NFC East most.
Gotta say that now. But Giants versus Eagles. I think this is a close game. I really do. I think there's a chance Jaguars can, or not Jaguars, we're moved on from that game. I think there's a chance the Giants could come in here and beat the Eagles. I really do.
This is my upset of the week.
You're picking the Giants?
I am picking the Giants. I told him before the podcast I was picking them, and I'm riding with the upset of the week is Giants beating the Eagles.
He did say that.
Would be a magical run if the Giants could go from no one expecting anything out of them to making it all the way to the NFC Championship. That would be a story that would be fun to listen to. But
like Giants, like don't get me wrong, Giants ain't my favorite to go to the Super Bowl if they make it to the NFC Championship. But I do think that they get this win this week.
my only problem is the Giants were not able to beat the Eagles, I don't think, this season, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure that is the case. I'm pretty sure
they didn't beat him this season.
I don't think they did.
I don't think it was big blowouts, but I can't remember.
Just to clarify, we want to check.
I don't think they did, honestly. So, I mean, I can go look. But I'm pretty sure, just to be 100% confident, that I don't think the Giants were able to beat the Eagles this season. The Eagles beat them 48-22 at one point, and then they beat them 16-22. So, yeah, the Eagles beat them both times. One of them was with Daniel Jones. I think the 48-22 was with Daniel Jones playing, and that is the case. But Tyrod Taylor came in, it looks like. So maybe Daniel Jones got hurt that game. So, with
the 16-22 game, though, when it was Daniel Jones versus Jalen Hurts.
No, I don't think, I think this was actually with Davis Webb under center. I don't think Daniel Jones played this game. So, technically, it's a clean slate. So, we can kind of throw those out the window in a way.
Both
I'm
games?
going to pick the Eagles. I mean, I guess throw both games out the window, but I'm going to pick the Eagles. I think they're too strong for the Giants. The Giants are a fun story. Hey, if the Giants come in here and upset the Eagles, that's great. I'm not against that, but I can't pick it. I'm going to go with the Eagles. Take care of business.
To me, like I said, the Giants have earned my respect, but this does not mean I can't choose against you guys. I am going with the Eagles. The Eagles are well rested. That defense is going to be hard. We see what they did to the Vikings offense. I feel like they might just shut down the Giants offense.
We'll see, man.
And then just the offense of the Eagles though too. They're Devonta Smith, AJ Brown. That's a hard guy.
Jalen
two guys
Hurts
to cover.
rested as well. He was kind of struggling with injury down the stretch. So yeah, I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles winning this one.
Respect to the Giants, but I have the Eagles too.
Well, I mean, hey, if the Giants, like I said, if they win this one, I will be thoroughly impressed. That's all I got to say. Even though I'm already impressed with them as it is. This next game is probably the toughest one to pick.
That's
in my
the
opinion.
easiest one for me.
Bengals Bills Sunday 2:00 p.m. January 22nd. You got Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen, two of the youngest, best quarterbacks in the AFC. These are probably the two teams you look at with the Chiefs, and you're saying those are the top tier teams in the AFC. They get to play each other while the Chiefs play the Jags. I think it's a close game. Obviously, that doesn't even need to be said. It was 7-3 when we saw them play, obviously, and the game got canceled because of the whole DeMar Hamlin thing, and I'm glad he's great now. The staff did an incredible job with that. But who you guys got, man? Bengals or Bills?
Bills.
You're choosing the Bills. I'm
not choosing the Bills out of any hate against Cincinnati, maybe a little bit, but I don't know, man. It's the Bengals look like they squeak by past us. I don't know. I just feel like if the Bills can
you can say that same thing for the Bills, technically, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're playing against Skylar Thompson, too.
Well, not only that, the Bills, when they did play the Bengals before that whole thing happened, they were getting...
It was 7-3, so I really couldn't take anything away from that game.
But it did look like the Bengals were going to be on fire.
It was in Cincinnati, so that could maybe change it. This one's going to be in Buffalo, obviously, so... I'm going to choose the Bills as well. I've been riding hot with Josh Allen this season. I think the Bills at home. Josh Allen needs to make sure he does not turn over the football. One thing, you cannot turn the football over in this game. You got to take care of the ball.
But you also got to worry about the O-line with the Bengals because for some reason, sometimes they still shit the bed.
Not only that, they had 3 offensive tackles out last game.
So, yeah. True. I'm going to go the Bills, though. I think they take care of business, but this is probably the most fun, anticipated game of the weekend, I would imagine.
I hope it just doesn't end up being like just fucking the Wars or somehow. I'm just scared for some reason, but I don't know. It should be a good game.
If the Bengals offense can get going, because last week, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, they all didn't really put up numbers like crazy like they usually do.
Chase quietly kind of had a good game.
I mean, but I'm saying more like Tyler Boyd and stuff. He was silent.
Higgins,
So, but if that offense can get going, it could be a shootout.
It's a toss-up. This game could go either way, obviously, but we're all gonna go with the Bills, and maybe we get a rematch of Bills versus Chiefs in the AFC Championship. We'll see.
I honestly think before you announce this next game that we're about to say is the toughest one.
This is my favorite.
You think this is the toughest one?
Yeah.
This is my favorite match of the weekend.
This is the best game.
You could say that because if the Cowboys play like they just did against the Bucks, but they are playing a different team, that is the 49ers. The Buccaneers, one thing we will say is, yes, we like Tom Brady. The team on paper looks good, but they were trash all year, right? They were just up and down all year. On the other hand, this 49ers team has been up the last many weeks. So this is going to be a tough challenge for the Cowboys. The 49ers eliminated them last year in Dallas. So the Cowboys could technically do the same thing, come to San Fran and upset them. This is a close game, but I think I gotta take the 49ers winning this one. Brock Purdy's playing amazing football. That defense is amazing. The Cowboys, on their other hand, if they play great football, they have a chance. But if they play like they did against the Commanders Week 18, they lose. But we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be a tough matchup. I'm gonna go 49ers though in this one.
You wanna go?
I guess I'm taking 49ers here, I guess. I'm going to ride the train with Brady. I'm just going for the home team on this one.
I so bad want to choose the Cowboys because they have a great defense and great offense. 49ers have a great offense and great defense. This is just going to be like the battle of the Vikings or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No
pun intended.
Yeah. I think this is basically the two best defenses left in the NFL going at it, basically.
Yeah. And
I mean, you can kind of the Eagles are up there too on defense-wise, but besides the Eagles, these are two of the best defenses going at it.
Listen, again, I'm going to say this now. I want to so bad choose the Cowboys. I feel like they can win.
Okay, then choose them.
No, because I've been supporting the 49ers. I said they're going to win the whole NFC.
No.
So, I mean, I'm going to go with the team I've been rocking with for the NFC, and that's going to be the 49ers. That's just a hard team to stop, too, dude. It's like I said, it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, Debo, Chris McCaffrey, George Kittle.
Brandon Ayuk.
It's just a tough team there in San Fran. But the Cowboys are good, too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The Cowboys could do it. They could pull it off. But we'll see, man. Sometimes the Cowboys just don't rise to the occasion. And the Buccaneers are a bad team, even though as good as they look on paper, they've been up and down all year. The 49ers are hot. So, hey, if the Cowboys can beat the 49ers, maybe this is the year where the Cowboys actually go to the Super Bowl. I'll say that.
This game is a must watch. Everyone.
Everybody needs
must
to watch
watch
this game. This might be the most, well, Sunday is going to be a heavily watched day of football. I'll say
Yeah.
that. Bengals, Bills, Cowboys, Niners. That is really good matchups this weekend. So
Mhm.
if you're not watching football on Sunday, I don't know what you're doing. That's all I got to say. But that is going to be our divisional round predictions. We'll see what happens this weekend. It should be a fun weekend of football. All right, to have some fun in today's episode, I went ahead and threw in a little bit of a playoff trivia that I have here for Dustin and Jared. We did this, a couple weeks ago with some stat lines from this season. Today, we're doing it with some playoff trivia, and feel free to compete at home with this one as well. So I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have like 5 or 6 questions. It's nothing crazy. Just throw it together. It's nothing to write home about.
I had to turn my chair for this one.
All right, Jared is
facing
locked in.
Dustin.
Dustin, you better be locked in as well.
I'm 1-0 against Dustin right now. in
These
trivia.
might require some hints, so if you're lost, just let me know. You guys need some hints. First question. What is the current team with the longest playoff drought in the NFL that has not made the playoffs? Which team has not made it? The last year, I'll even give you the year that they last made it. It was 2011 was the last year this team made the playoffs.
Colts.
Not the Colts.
I don't know.
No. Why would you say that?
I'm just thinking of a team that I haven't seen.
Andrew Luck.
Brown? No, wait.
No, the Browns
No.
were last year or
Yeah,
a couple
never
years
mind,
ago,
I'm
but they have made it since.
I'm gonna say this to be funny. The Raiders.
No, it's
We
not.
were literally there last
I
year.
know.
It's not the Raiders.
That's more.
Can we not look at the wall?
Oh,
The
sorry.
Texans.
No.
That was a good
Right,
guess.
right.
That was a good
No,
guess.
Deshaun
no, 'cause I
Watson
forgot
days.
about Watson. Yeah.
Jets.
Yes, it is the Jets.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
2011,
that's
the New
obvious.
York Jets have the longest current playoff drought in the NFL.
Damn.
Next question. What
said-
are the what?
2011 it was?
2011 is last year the Jets
Sheesh.
made the playoffs. What are the 4 teams that have never made it to the Super Bowl? Never, not even made it there.
Texans.
That's one.
So, okay, hold on. Do we just bounce off each other since he said one?
No, just keep going. I mean, we're just
No,
kind of.
you can go now. You go now. We'll
Okay.
go back and forth to make it fair. Texans was mine.
Or I guess we go into whoever guesses the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cardinals?
No. They made it against the Steelers, remember?
I'm not thinking right now. I'm just saying.
Colts.
Nope.
Lions.
Yes, Lions is one of them.
Jets.
No.
You said they haven't made it since 2011. Commanders?
No.
I'm tripping.
They
Never
have
mind. No, I'm
three.
tripping.
They
Never
have
mind,
3
never mind.
Super
I know,
Bowl
I'm tripping.
victories.
That just popped in my Panthers.
No, they made it.
Oh,
Before.
yeah. What am I saying? Cam Newton era.
Titans.
No.
And this is, what is the
I thought it
question?
was a
What's the
good
question?
guess.
What teams have never made it to the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, okay.
Never have made it. So you guys had
Chicago?
no. They've made it. You said Texans, right? And then you said Lions. So you have 2 teams left.
I almost said the Saints, but I know
Yeah, I was
that's
about to say,
good.
don't you say that.
They literally won it.
They won
with Sean
Katrina.
Payton.
Katrina Super Bowl, right? Remember?
Oh my god.
Both these teams are in the AFC. The last 2.
Dustin almost said the Patriots.
You're Steelers.
Why do you?
Oh my, what? They got like 6.
I know. It's fucking. Ben's got at least like 2 or 3, doesn't he?
Oh my.
Why can I not think of Dolphins?
I was just about to say
No.
What?
What are you talking about? Chargers.
No.
There's no way.
What? Jags.
Yes, Jags are one of them.
Oh.
Right? No.
What
Raiders?
No.
What the
Respect.
You said
It's-
Brown.
it's- you've not been the Browns.
Yeah.
That is Browns.
Oh.
I said
No,
it
no,
first.
we said it at the same time.
I said
2-2,
Browns.
baby!
No, it's 3-1. Check the tape. I said that shit
2-2.
first. I literally said
Better
Browns.
rewind that tape then.
I literally won
All
that.
right, next
3-1.
question.
2-2.
Which team has the current longest drought without winning a playoff game? They last won a playoff game in 1992.
Browns.
No.
Jags. No.
No.
They just won one.
Jets.
Nope.
Cardinals.
No. They made it to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Titans.
No.
They beat us.
Oh yeah, that's fucking like 4.
How about you think of the teams that never made it to the Super Bowl? Maybe they'd never won a playoff game either, or haven't won a playoff game in years.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
Texans.
Yeah, Texans.
No,
No, they won one with Watson.
yeah. That'd beat Josh Allen.
Chargers.
Nope.
Lions.
Yes, it is the Lions.
Damn. So it's 2-1.
What?
You know what I'm saying? There's 3 questions. You
Oh.
got 2 of them, and then I got 1.
Okay,
Right?
these last 2 are pretty easy.
2.
Which team currently has most playoff wins of all time?
Patriots.
Yes, you
That
guys
was
got that
tied.
like the same time. They've gone 59 times and won 37.
That's insane.
And then last question: how many Super Bowls have in history have gone into overtime?
6.
No,
Give us a
3.
hint. 5 or below or above 5.
below.
3, 2, 1, 4.
Lock in one answer.
4.
Lock in one answer.
2.
3.
No,
I said 4.
0.
3,
no.
1.
4.
It is
I
one.
got it. I won.
You know which one it was? The
Okay.
infamous 28-3 blown lead by the Falcons. That's the only Super Bowl that's gone into overtime.
Shit.
Only one.
That is insane, dude.
So nothing crazy. I just threw that together a little bit
That's fun, though.
as a fun playoff trivia
Yeah, shout out
for
to me
the
for the
boys
win.
to compete.
You didn't
with.
win.
I got the
How many
win.
questions were there?
That was 1, 2,
was-
3, 4, 5.
Okay, I got. It was tied, I think. Because we got 2 of them right. And I got the last one right.
No, I got 3 out of 1.
No, count it real quick. Let's go. Let's just get the final
check
score.
the film. We'll check the film.
Just
back
do
here.
it right now.
Let's check the film.
Let me hold on. Let me read. Hold on. Let me just see the. Yeah, I won.
Community question of the week comes from Ethan Purdy. If I botched your last name, I'm sorry. Again, ask us a question down in the comment section below if you want us to answer it. He simply asked, why did you guys pick football over other sports? I assume he means like, as a podcast to talk about.
Because we all watch the sport.
We all watch football, and I'm the only one that really watches basketball in my friend
Yeah.
I'm
group.
flaky on it, yeah.
No,
So-
we all definitely watch football, and I feel like we all know a lot more about football than other sports. I can speak for myself at least.
Plus, football is a season that you really have to watch. Like, obviously, 17 games. It used to be only 16. It goes fast. And every game matters. In the NBA, you can afford to drop some games. The NFL, there's a little margin for error. So the NFL is just way better in my opinion.
In my opinion, which makes it way more exciting.
It makes it
so.
way more exciting to watch.
Because I feel like it's hard to talk about all 80 games.
Oh man, dude, that'd be
for
killed.
sure.
That'd be dreadful.
Like some people, have fatigue over it. So, yeah, that's why we chose football. But that is the episode. So, divisional round this weekend. We'll see what happens. Go Jaguars.
Go Jags.
Well, I do
Go
want to say thank you
Jaguars.
for your question too.
Yeah, thanks for the
Yeah,
question,
thanks
of
for the
course.
question. And I hope if your teams is still in the playoffs, I hope your team can hopefully win unless we bet against them. Then you guys are just fucked.
Yeah, I've noticed that when these two guys are on the same page and I'm on the other page, the team that they always go for wins. So if your
That's
guys'
not
team is
true.
in playoff hold,
You chose Cowboys. We
Well,
chose the Bucks.
I got
so
lucky.
Got that one.
this guy has ultimate luck.
All right, this is In The Slant. We'll see y'all next week. Saying peace.
All right, count the fucking scores. That shit's
Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and click here to subscribe and, of course, to watch some more.